Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 11 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Pitt County, where Pitt County Community College is hosting a health sciences career fair today. Pitt Community College's Health and Sciences Division is hosting the fair throughout the day today for Pitt County high school students, private students, and homeschool students. Members of the community are also invited to check out PCC's health sciences facilities and learn how healthcare professionals work collaboratively to provide quality health care for patients. The public can visit the fair at any time during the day between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m., which is a time set aside for homeschool students. The fair will be held at the William E. Fulford and Herman Simon buildings on Pitt's main campus. Representatives from each of PCC's 23 health sciences programs will be on hand to talk about curricula, career options, and special admission requirements. Resources will also be available to learn more about PCC's admission process, student support services, financial aid, counseling, and more. Now, the fair is free to attend, and pre-registration is not required. Those interested in attending can park for free in the lot in front of the Fulford building. ECU Health, Physicians East, and Eastern Radiology are sponsoring today's fair. And now we want to again turn our attention to the very tense scene involving ICE immigration officers in the LA area, where an attempted traffic stop to detain a migrant ended with the alleged suspect and a U.S. Marshal shot. NBC's Sam Brock has more.
Federal agents wearing ICE, Homeland Security, and FBI vests swarming Lower Manhattan's popular Canal Street shopping area. Frisking and detaining at least a half dozen men, pushing some into a van as our cameras were rolling.
You got people out here locking people up for no reason. I'm born here.
One person briefly handcuffed before being released.
They asked me for ID. I didn't show them no ID. They cuffed me. That was it.
Overnight, city officials responding.
Street vendors are not a national security threat. We want ICE out of New York City.
DHS telling NBC News in a statement that the operation focused on criminal activity relating to selling counterfeit goods, saying that as it was going on, people were, quote, shouting obscenities, became violent, and obstructed law enforcement duties. All of it coming days after a series of social media posts from a conservative influencer flagging ICE to this very street, known for sidewalk vendors selling counterfeit merchandise. Tensions also rising outside a nearby federal immigration court as anti-ICE protesters gathered. Tensions have been growing between ICE and some communities across the country in recent months, with dramatic confrontations and raids captured on video and spreading on social media. And yesterday, on the other coast in Los Angeles, tempers again flaring after a targeted traffic stop turned violent.
Pero eres tú, Richard.
According to DHS and the U.S. Attorney's Office, an undocumented migrant who previously escaped police custody rammed law enforcement vehicles in an attempt to escape. A DHS official saying in a statement, "Our officers followed their training and fired defensive shots." A bullet striking the suspect's elbow and ricocheting into the hand of a deputy U.S. Marshal. Immigration attorney Carlos Hurado represents the suspect's family.
He's a very pacifist man. He's very calm. So we find it very odd what's being said about him.
And again, that was Sam Brock reporting. We now turn to your weather forecast, and today is a First Alert weather day because of the fire danger that is elevating across eastern North Carolina. Not only are we dealing with drought conditions throughout eastern North Carolina, but we are also faced with falling humidity and what will eventually be gradually increasing winds. Not the best conditions to go having a fire in. Right now, again, we are looking at moderate to severe drought across inland portions of eastern North Carolina. The coast right now not seeing the same sort of desperation for rain, but everyone, again, could certainly use a few raindrops over the next few days. Unfortunately, we are not going to be seeing any raindrops coming up over the next few days. Let's take a look outside through our Washington cam. Everything looking sunny and clear. no clouds showing up on the horizon. Similar story through our Greenville cam. Right now, again, looking at blue skies as far as the eye can see. It's just a very dry air mass that is flowing over us right now, and that dry air mass is leading to little to no cloud cover. This is Morehead City right now, and again, it is looking clear and sunny throughout the region. Now, again, to get back to that fire danger, let's talk about the winds. Current wind speeds right now between around 7 to 15 miles an hour. Gusts not a big concern at this point, but will be later on this afternoon. Expected to get upwards around 20-25 miles an hour. Now, that's not crazy wind gusts. We're not, again, looking at anything super wild, but if you do have a fire going, those winds can certainly carry a spark and really make that fire grow at a faster rate just because of the oxygen that it provides. So as we make our way into the second half of the day, do note again, wind speeds are expected to increase. 10 to 15 mile an hour sustained winds for this afternoon. Everything will calm down later on this evening and through tomorrow morning, but still maintaining a northwesterly wind that will drive humidity down even further from today into tomorrow. Again, tomorrow likely again going to be experiencing that high fire danger, but right now again, today is the only first alert weather day on our 8-day forecast. Here's a look at that incoming dry air. The humidity tracker doing a great job of showing just how dry the air is going to be and for how long it's going to stick with us. We're not looking at any sort of major adjustment in terms of our humidity levels through the rest of this week, even into the upcoming weekend. By Saturday, still again looking at very dry conditions throughout eastern North Carolina. And again, that's just that's a function of the time of year, but also again, people should know that even if you've got a whole bunch of leaves and pine needles falling in your backyard, now is not the time to burn them. Not when, again, our humidity levels are going to be dropping even more than what we have already seen. So, as far as current air temperatures go, most of us right now in the upper 60s to low 70s, anywhere between around 68 to about 72 degrees. There are a few areas a little bit outside of that range, but I would say 90% of eastern North Carolinians are falling in that range right now. Through the afternoon, we will likely get into the low 70s, maybe a few degrees warmer than where we're at right now, but then we're going to see those temperatures kind of plateau right around the low to mid 70s range. Later on this evening, as skies stay clear, the temperatures will fall rapidly, getting down into the low 40s for tomorrow morning. So if you're sending your child out to stand and wait for the bus tomorrow morning, please make sure that they are wearing something warm. A jacket would be a necessary item of clothing for the Ironmonger girls before heading out the door tomorrow. Hopefully, again, you can bundle up your kids as well. But that area of low pressure you're seeing further back towards the west, that will eventually bring us rain, but that's not going to happen until we get into next week. As far as the tropics go, Tropical Storm Melissa, still just that, a tropical storm. Maximum sustained winds 50 miles an hour, pressure down at 1,000 millibars. The system is creeping along at a measly 2 miles an hour to the northwest. It's expected to approach Jamaica over this weekend, potentially intensifying to a Category 1, possibly Category 2 hurricane. There you see the National Hurricane Center even having this system grow to a potential major hurricane by the time we get to Monday of next week. See there at that bottom kind of timestamp there, Monday, 8 a.m., 120 mile an hour maximum sustained. So that's certainly something we're going to be continuing to keep an eye on, but no impacts for eastern North Carolina from the tropics anytime soon. Hopefully we can extend that sentence out to cover the rest of hurricane season. We've got about 5 weeks left, give or take a couple days. And again, we could certainly go without getting hit this year, and I don't think anybody would be too bummed about it. 69 degrees tomorrow, 67 Friday and Saturday, 68 Sunday, and then we hold in that mid to upper 60s range through the start of next week as rain showers become a little bit more common, but still difficult to come by, with only a 20% chance showing up for both Monday and Tuesday. And I do want to give a shout out to Barry Howard. Thank you so much for joining me over on Facebook. If you guys ever have any questions about the forecast or any weather events coming up, please feel free, throw them in our Facebook comment section. I do try to, again, read those as we are going through these hits live on air. That way, again, I can give you guys the answers that you need to help plan out your day, your week, or your weekend. And that way, everybody, again, gets the information that they need. Anyways, we will be back right here on the First Alert Desk coming up within the next, looks like, give it about 48 minutes. Until then, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday. We'll see you back here at noon.